Hey everybody, it's B Nicole. We're back with my diary. Today's topic is about hypocrites and how it's one of my many pet peeves. I'm just gonna give you all a disclaimer now. My nails look like shit and I'm waiting for them to grow out so I can get them done. So just bear with me, okay? Don't judge me. But yeah, so today's topic is hypocrites. This is like what, pet peeve number 50,000? I don't know. Let's say pet peeve number 42. One of them, okay? So I basically, a hypocrite is a person who does something that they claim they don't like when other people do, or just in general claim they don't like. So for example, if I say, oh my gosh, like I hate when people complain about their day all day, I hate when people are constantly complaining about stuff, and then I'm going to my best friend constantly complaining about stuff, or I'm going to that same person I just said I hate when people do that, and now I'm going to you doing the same thing. It makes people wonder, like, what makes me wonder, like, didn't you say you don't like it, so why are you doing it? It's the definition of a hypocrite. But Webster's definition is, so yeah, so I cannot stand a hypocrite. And I'm not saying that I'm just so holier than thou. I never had a hypocritical moment, whoop de whoop. But if I do have a hypocritical moment, I definitely can realize it, try to take a step back and say, oh, okay, that's not what I meant. This is actually how I meant it. Some people are just hypocrites and they're fine with it. And they go through life contradicting themselves every fucking day. And like, what is that? So some people are unaware that they do it. And for me, y'all know me, I point things out. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you, because that's how we grow. That's how you learn a person. That's how you get to know a person. You tell them, how would I know that, or how would you know that I don't like it if I don't tell you? Okay. So dealing with an unaware hypocrite is very challenging, because me, I'm very secure with myself. I'm very upfront. I don't have a problem telling people about themselves, about how they're acting, how I perceive it. Now, again, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. There's nothing wrong. I'm not saying I'm freaking the oracle. Like, I can very much be wrong. I can misinterpret. I can miscommunicate. Like, there's so many other things, but a lot of people are not self-aware of their actions. A lot of people don't know themselves as well as they think they do, which nothing is wrong with that. I was just blessed to already go through that journey, and I'm healing every day and I'm growing every day, but I was blessed to already go through the journey of learning myself and learning who I am and learning my bad habits and dealing with my emotional and generational trauma and triggers, and understanding what does trigger me, and things like that. Some people, unfortunately, a lot of people in this day and age have not done that. They don't know how to do that, or they choose not to, and just will bounce around from people to people, and until they realize they have that issue, and then go back to, and then bounce to somebody else. Then when they find out, bounce to somebody else. It's never them, it's always you, which is a problem. So dealing with the unaware hypocrite, like I said, is very challenging, because they really don't know, and they just think you're BSing. And again, this is all per my experience. Like, y'all know how I am. Everything is per my experience. I cannot speak on somebody else's experience. I cannot speak on the world. I hate generalizations. I'm not about to generalize everybody, because I can't. I can only speak on what the fuck I've dealt with, and this is what I've dealt with. So that's what we're talking about. Just to clarify, if y'all been supporting me and watching me, you already know the deal. But if you're new, that's how brand is. So dealing with someone like that is very challenging, because again, like I said, I will let you know, like, hey, I'm in, like, not saying I'm slow or anything, but my comprehension, if you give me 3 different answers, I'm gonna ask you again because I don't understand. Why'd you give me 3? If it's all 3 different answers, that's fine, but it doesn't make sense. I'll give y'all an example. I was dating this guy. He's very much an unaware hypocrite. I personally think he's not an unaware hypocrite. I think he knew, like, wholeheartedly. I think he knew when he was being a hypocrite, because he would always change the topic or justify why he was doing what he was doing, when it had nothing to do with what the hell we were talking about. So it would be things like, yeah, like, I don't like when people aren't up front, or when people can't tell me about myself. And then you meet Brand, who does all of that, and you're getting upset, you're shutting down, you don't know how to process it, but you want me to speak up. You want me to tell you the issues that we have. You want me to be that person to kind of, you know, tell you about yourself. But not everything is going to be positive. And some people, when they hear negative, they assume and they project how they really feel about themselves on you. Not saying all. Like I said, in my experience, that's what happened to me. This person would just project everything that they're feeling about themselves or the worst thoughts that they have that they think people are thinking about them onto me because I'm telling them something negative about themselves. They never want to believe it though. So it's like I'm dating this guy. We dated for a few months, maybe like 6 months or something like that, 7 months, maybe more. But it was like, that's what always happens. Like I'm sitting here telling you, hey, your communication is trash. Like, I tried with you, but it's still not working. Oh, I'm going to do better. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Then you turn around and just do the same shit. But you're telling me you're going to do better. That's the thing. Actions don't match the words, and that's the shit I hate. So this specific person that I was dating would constantly say how they hate people who don't communicate. They hate when people can't, tell them something that's bothering them. They don't like when people are just kind of brush things under the rug, but they were that exact person. They didn't want to say anything that was bothering them because they didn't know how to, deal with their emotions. They didn't know how to confront people, which if you just tell me that, okay, cool. Now I know how to approach things. Hey, is there anything? Then I would check up on you. Hey, is there anything that you notice that I'm not doing, that not doing for you that you want? Or is there anything that I'm doing that's bothering you that you may not think is a big deal, but maybe a big deal in the long run? anything. I can approach it that way too. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, this specific person would say, I don't like I don't like when people, I'm very communicative, blah, blah, blah. No. Then as we got further into the relationship, literally would not text me for 3 days. And I'm not the type, we got to talk every day. If you're busy, hey, I'm busy for the next few days. If you don't hear from me, don't worry, I'm fine. I'll hit you up when I can. Boom. Okay. Now I know what you're doing. Now I know why you're not, in communication with me. And in 3 days, if I don't hear from you, I may check on you just because that's what, you said, give me 3 days. So, but it's like this person wouldn't do that. They just go ghost. And I'm like, all right, bro, no. And I'm like, I'm not asking to talk to you every day. I'm not asking anything. I just need you to tell me what the hell is going on because I like you. So I'm worried. Now I'm over here thinking about all these worst scenarios that you got in a car accident. You're in a ditch somewhere. You got kidnapped. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, because you're not telling me. So don't be a hypocrite. Then when I would tell him and we would confront these issues because he hates when people does that too. Oh, well, that's just how I am. And, I didn't think it was a big deal. Obviously, if I didn't hit you, you knew that I was going through. No, I didn't, because I don't assume. I am not an assumer. I ask questions. Okay? Because like I told you, I don't like when people assume about me. Now, if I were to assume about you, wouldn't that make me hypocritical? And Brand doesn't like that. So it's just little things like that I just can't stand. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of people like that in the world. Very much so. The same person would say, oh, I don't like to be coddled. Like when dealing with emotions, I don't like people when they soft talk me. Like I like tough love. Just tell me what it is. I gave him tough love. They would shut down, would basically start projecting on me. Oh, well, you think I never said, I'm a great person. But nobody said you were a bad person. But the things you're saying aren't adding up. And now you're being hypocritical because you're saying you don't like these things, but you're doing them. So how do you not like it if you're being that prime person? Then for you to get upset about me and my reaction to what the hell you told me, all you gotta do is be about your word. Don't say shit you don't mean, period. But then when I bring it up to you, it's a problem. Now your hypocritical ways are a problem that I'm addressing. And that's an issue for you. That's a problem for Brand. And we got to fix that. So me, when I start to fall in love, I love hard, like I said. Certain blinders come on. Those blinders were not on. Like we had been through a rocky ass relationship. Okay. Like it was always, and I'm not saying I didn't have any bad tendencies, but I worked towards them and I fixed them because that's what you told me to do. And there was, you know, some bad habits that I did have that I needed to fix anyway. Fine. But dealing with that type of person and trying to love a person who doesn't want to help themselves, who can't accept self-criticism, who constantly says that they're one thing or they hate one thing, but they're literally that person, I cannot deal with that. You're really bad for my mental, and I'm just not going to deal with it. Period. And then growing up, my mom would say a lot of things like that she doesn't like, right? That she doesn't like her daughter's doing. She doesn't like her friends doing. Oh, I'm not the type to gossip. I don't talk about people, but you talk about all your kids, like negatively, when they piss you off because you don't know how to handle stress and you don't know how to handle your emotions. You know, siblings talk, right? We all talk. So if you're talking about my brother, I'm gonna go, hey, guess what mom said? If you're talking about my sister, hey, somebody calls me, hey, you know, mom said this, this, and this. Like, but you don't like when people gossip. But then when we talk about you and one of the fucking snitch siblings tell you, oh my God, I would never do that to my mom, and my mom would never. I'm like, you and your mom used to sit and gossip about everybody. So what the hell are you talking about? You wonder where people get it from. Like, these are how we were raised. But of course, as a child, you can't tell your parents anything because now you're wrong, and oh, you must know everything. I've been in this world for this long. And so again, not taking accountability for your actions. You say you don't like something, but you're turning around and doing it anyway and trying to justify the answer because you're the parent. How is that okay? So then your sibling or your kids are going to grow up understanding that, oh, well, she said she didn't like it and still did it, so what's the problem? It's how a lot of kids are raised. That's why a lot of people don't understand that being hypocritical is literally you're just not being about your word now. Like, and you're like, in a sense, you're lying, saying you don't like this type of person, but essentially you are that person. Just be upfront. This is how I am. I suck at communication. I suck at this. I'm working on it. If if it's something that bothers you, then we can sit down and talk about it and see how we can better it to better our relationship. Some people, like I said, some people are unaware of that because they grew up in a household with people doing that constantly. And they were told, no, you can't tell me that I'm doing this because I'm the mom or I'm the dad and I'm never wrong, which is a fucking lie. As a lie, a big ass one. So it's just growing up with someone like that. It was like, and then me just healing from my childhood trauma. You really have to take a step back and look like, damn, my mom is the same person she said she wasn't. And it sucks. But I'm not dealing with it. So there was a point in time for a year and a half that I did not talk to them because her hypocritical ways. I would never leave my daughter in the hospital. I would never do this. And then she did that. I would never take away stuff from you. I would never do this. And then she did that. I didn't have a car because my car was in the shop. She let me use it. And I got mad because I didn't agree with her about something. But aren't you the one who said you're not biased? Aren't you the one who said you don't just like when people agree with you? If somebody has differing opinion, you want them to tell you, but then you turn around and get mad when people don't agree with you. So then when you have a 2-year-old and you're doing that too, now they're going to comprehend that, oh, well, I can still do this even though I said I don't like that. I can still be this person that I said I don't like. Then they grow up like that, not realizing it, saying they want this type of, saying they want this type of trait in a person or saying that they're this way when explaining themselves, and then they literally turn around and be the complete opposite. Like it's generational curses. And that's how people are raised. Like that's their childhood. So like I said, I dealt with that. And then fast forward, I was dating this other guy who would literally just the epitome of a hypocrite. Anytime I called him out, now we're going to justify why I do that. Now we're going to change the topic. Then I would say, why you change the topic? That's not what we talk about. Stay on topic. oh, well, you just, no. I'm telling you about yourself. You don't like things because it sounds negative to you. That's how you're interpreting it. That's not Brand's fault. That's your fault. That's your fault. So now you're interpreting your hypocritical ways as me being negative and saying all this stuff that you're doing wrong. But it's literally me. I'm very expressive. If I notice something that doesn't make sense or that I don't like, I'm going to call you out on it. Very much. There was times, not a lot, but there was a couple times when he called me out on it. I'm like, whoa, you're right. I need to work on that. That's something I didn't even notice I did that. My apologies. That's not how I meant it. That's not what I, meant to do. Boom, fixed it. Fine. But why, when I tell you about yourself and how you're doing stuff that you claim you don't like, for example, you claim you don't like when people use you. You claim you don't like when people hit you up only to do one thing. But then you only hit me up when I'm cooking. Or you only hit me up when I got weed. Or you only hit me up when it's time to get some pussy or something. But you hate when people do that, right? But you're the main person doing it. So then when I say that, oh, you only talk to me because I'm cooking. Or you only talk to me because I have weed. And it's like... you're being the person you don't like. And then when I tell you about it, oh no, I don't do that. I'm just going to stop doing it then. So now you're playing the victim because you fucked up and said you don't like something that you're doing. Like, just correct it. Actually, yes, I do like mooching off people. Actually, yes, I only like using people for things that I need because we're not really friends. Like, it's not hard to be upfront and express yourself. But if you don't like those things for real, and then you're being that person, you're a hypocrite. And you're now being that said person you don't like. Hypocritical. That's not okay. So like I said, no matter who it is, mom, dad, grandma, rest in peace, but like cousin, anybody, I'm going to tell you, hey, you're being hypocrite. And a lot of people don't know that word, which is crazy. So anytime I say hypocrite, oh, now you're going to throw that word around. Now you're going to call me a hypocrite. Why do women always do that? I'm sorry, why are we generalizing? Because I've never met all 8 billion women in America or in the world that call people out on their hypocritical ways. I feel like a lot of people don't do that because they're unaware of it. And anytime someone comes to me and I say it, oh, I've never been called that word. Every ex I've had to tell them you're being a hypocrite because they obviously were never told about themselves, which is fine. But I'm the right one to tell you. Like, I'm the one. I've been a lot of people's matches, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let's go to my child's father. Biggest hypocrite I fucking met. Biggest one. Claim you don't like attention, but you always want to be in my face. Just say you like attention. Say you like cuddling. I hate being coddled, but anytime you have a problem and I'm telling you about yourself negatively, you shut down. Then you want to project on me how you feel. Now you're assuming shit because you feel a way. Nobody ever said that. But you hate when people assume, right? Now you're being that person, which is you're being hypocritical now. Now I'm going to call you out on that and how you said you don't like when people assume, but you're steady doing that when you can just ask a question. Now you can't comprehend what the fuck is going on because you keep assuming shit that nobody ever said. Can't deal with that. You're stressing me out. I'm too pregnant for this, bro. But it's just like little shit like that. Why don't we understand that? Like, some people really can't comprehend that. Then they think you're trying to be the negative one. You're trying to make it seem like everything you do is so holy. No, I never said that. And if you have noticed an instance of me doing that, please fucking tell me. Because that's what I want you to do. That's why I do it to you. That's how we grow. That's how we better ourselves. That's how we grow together in a relationship. But a lot of people just think, oh, a woman's telling me about myself, and as a man, I can't do that. And like I said, this is all per my experience. This is what I've experienced as certain men. But as a man, if you can't take accountability, you're not a man to me. You're a boy who needs to grow the fuck up. And there's a lot of y'all out there that I've experienced. Because I need to change my whole scenery, my frame, my mindset, because I need to stop attracting little boys. I'm tired. And I'm tired of raising little boys into the men they should be and sending them off to now their life is great because they were with Brand and realized what the fuck a real relationship constitutes not doing it. And this all ties into just being a hypocrite, just not being about what the fuck you say, like doing things that you don't like. Now you're turning into the person you don't like. Now you're getting upset when people point that out. Now it's just a whole chain reaction that nobody has fucking time or energy or like mental capacity to deal with every fucking day. And it's different if I tell you about yourself or you tell me about myself and then we correct it. That's different. Because like I said, there's a lot of unaware hypocrites in the world. You know what I mean? If I had $1 for every time somebody told me I'd never been called, I mean, might be a little hundredaire, but still, it's like, come the fuck on. Like, if somebody who loves you and who cares about you is telling you this, me being me, obviously I care enough to tell you. I care enough for you to want to be a better person. So why are you not understanding that? That's the shit that blows me, for real. And as a woman, as a black woman, everybody, oh, you're angry. Oh, and then we always want to get into the generalizations. Oh, all women say men are hypocrites because, no, that's what the fuck you're being. If I say you're a narcissist, then I think you're being a narcissist. I think you keep making everything about you. It's my mom. It's my father's child. Then people, oh, I've never heard, nobody's ever fucking been cared enough or been upfront enough with you that they wanted to tell you. Sorry, that's exactly how I want you to be with me. Hey, you're doing this. I noticed that. I'm not saying yell at me, because when I tell you what I like and what I do, I'm not going to go off and do the opposite. I like to be coddled when we're talking about things. I also like for you to be straight up. And if you're straight up, I'm not going to sit there and look at you and be like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm going to feel away. I have feelings. Everybody's entitled to feel away. But I'm not going to be upset about it. That's the thing. I'm going to feel away, and you need to give me time to feel how I feel. Then I'm going to fix it, or I'm going to do my best to understand, okay, this is where they're coming from. This is why they didn't like it. What can we do to progress? Period. That's all it should be. Shouldn't be an arguing match. It shouldn't be somebody shutting down because they're hearing stuff about themselves. If you can't take self-criticism, don't ask me to do that. Period. But I'm also not going to walk on eggshells because you don't know how to handle your emotions and you don't know you don't know yourself. That's just, you got to grow up. You got to find yourself. Maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship. Maybe you shouldn't be talking to somebody until you understand how you are and who you are. Because it's draining for the person on the other end to constantly have to try and to prove to you, or to constantly try and tell you about yourself, and you don't want to listen. And now you're turning around being that said person that you don't like. Nobody's going to deal with that. No one. Like, I wouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people I know wouldn't. Some people will. But Bram won't. And then there was another instance, like, and I guess it's fake, but it's still, I don't like when people are fake and they say they don't like me, but be in my face. Been through that too. That's still a hypocrite. Now you're being fake, but you're being hypocrite because you said you don't like when people do that, and now you're being that fake person. Let's take for this example. I was invited to like this birthday party by the homie, but I guess because of like our background, his cousin or whatever don't like me, right? But I've been to numerous of her events after the fact, after we didn't work out, after we said, okay, we're just good as friends, blah, blah, blah. I got invited to a party, right? For her kids. I was all ready to go, told everybody, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Then when he went to go say, hey, Brandy's going to come with us, Brandy's going to come. Oh, I have a problem with that. Oh, I don't really like her. But you was just in my face a month ago. You was just in my face 2 months ago at your other event. 3 months ago at another event that we were all at. If you don't like me, bitch, why are you saying, why are you in my face? Why are you talking to me? Why are you inviting me to places? Now, this one event, all of a sudden, yeah, no. So then why all the other times were you in my face talking about, hey, how you doing? What's new? But you don't like me? So you're being hypocrite. You're being a hypocrite. You're being fake. And I just simply don't understand that. And then it's like, if you had this problem with me this whole time, why was you in my face? I know I said that, but like, it's just baffling because I grow the fuck up. Speak your mind from jump. Ever since I learned that this happened, I don't really rock with her like that. Like, that's cool if that's your friend, but I don't really rock with her like that. So if I have an event, please don't bring her. If there's a different family event, cool, I'll be cordial. But as far as my events, no, that's not my friend. Cool. What am I gonna do? Be mad? I don't really know you. I only know you because the homie. I'm here for the homie. So it's very like, that shit blows me. Blows me. Especially women. Women, in my experience, I've noticed, well, man, it's like an even ratio, but more times than not, women will be hypocrites. Oh, I don't like gossiping. I don't like in college. Let's take when I was in college. Hung out with a group of girls talking about, I don't like gossiping. I don't like hanging out with a whole bunch of women, because I'm very much that woman that doesn't hang out with a lot of women. I have like my solid 3 girlfriends. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I just click with men better because a lot of them, in my experience, aren't with the dumb shit. They're straight up, straightforward. We click, we connect, and we could go about our day and we chilling. A lot of women I encountered are very messy, very fake, and very hypocritical. Talking about, I don't gossip. I don't like when women do that. I don't hang out with a lot of women. But then we go out and you bring out 7 other women. Then we go out and you only talk about niggas, but you said you don't like women because all they do is talk about niggas. But you're the one that does that. Why can't we just be honest? Actually, I do like I'm a girl's girl, and I do like hanging out with a lot of girls. I have 7 best friends, and they're all female. We all gossip about niggas. I gossip about the same nigga all the time. Yeah, so that's me. And do you want to be friends? Why is that so hard? But out there, oh my gosh, I can't stand women. But you go out with 7 women every night. All your friends are women. But you don't hang out with women? I don't understand that. When I say that, y'all see who I hang out with. I have my best friend, the homies, and then, like I said, my solid 3 girlfriends. Usually they have their female friends out. So if I'm going out with her, then she's gonna invite her 3 other girls. Those aren't my friends. Let's not get it twisted. Tell my homegirl, longest friend from high school. We go out, she has her girlfriends. But that's the thing, she's the same type of person as I am. She has her solid 3, and all the girls that she's introduced me to have been like us. The same mentality, the same straightforward attitude, the same, unbiased mentality. Like, we click. And those are the women that I like. Those are the women that I hang out with. But she has never once said, oh, I hang out with all these girls, or I hate hanging out with women, because she said, no, I have my solid girlfriends, but I also, hang out with guys too. Or I hang out with my husband, or I hang out with my kids. That's why she's been my longest friend. And she's very straightforward, very upfront. Never been the one, oh, I don't like chill. That's just how we are. It's natural. It's nothing wrong with that. But in my experience, she's never been a hypocrite. It's been straight up. I don't know why it's hard for people to do that in this day and age. Like, just be honest. Then when you call them out, it's such an ordeal. Like, you wanted me to call you out. You told me, hey, if I'm doing something, call you out. But you don't like that. So why are you telling me to do it if you don't like it? Like, or why you say you call people out and then don't, and then only bring up things when you feel attacked. It's you being a hypocrite. It's you doing something that you don't like, that's you doing something that you say you don't like. Make it make sense to me, y'all. Make it make sense. It doesn't. It won't ever make sense. And that's why I don't like. Cut those people off. And, not worry about them, not stress about them, because ain't nobody got time to deal with that. Especially now, I'm about to be raising a whole child. We're both about to grow the fuck up even more. I don't have time to deal with somebody who doesn't know who they are, who doesn't know who they like, who keeps being fake, who keeps I don't have the time. We're not in fucking high school. We're not children. We're grown as hell. So let's grow the fuck up. I think it's very beneficial for people to notice somebody who constantly claims that they don't like something but are doing that, or say they're one way and they're not, and they get mad at you for calling them out. Those people don't need to be in your energy. Those people don't need to be in your space. Those people don't need to be anywhere around you. And again, this is all my perception, all my opinion. But once I cut those people off, my life, my energy, everything, my peace comes back full circle and it gets better. I don't have the time to deal with that. I don't. Neither does Charlie Bear. Like, she's going to be raised in a household where we understand the difference between what we like, what we don't like, who we are and who we aren't. Period. It's not hard. It's really not hard at all. But again, if you haven't healed from certain things, if you were raised a certain way and you, again, haven't grown from that, I get it. I'm not faulting anybody for that. That's what I'm not faulting you for. I'm faulting you for not addressing the shit when somebody tells you. And I'm not talking about Joe down the street or some girl on, Twitter trying to get under your skin. I'm talking about people who genuinely care about you, who are telling you how you are, who are telling you you're contradicting yourself numerous times, who are telling you this is the person you claim you aren't, but you are. This is the person you claim you don't like, but you're being. Those are the people who usually have your best interests at heart. So you should probably listen. Then if you notice they're now distancing themselves from you, maybe you should take a step back and understand what you're doing. Or maybe they have stuff that they have going on. But it's like, as human beings and as people, we need to understand when things come from a place of care or malice. And like I said, some people will be malicious and just say whatever to get under your skin because they don't want to deal with you being honest. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so I feel like it's very beneficial, and that's why I do these things, because I want everybody to be aware of who the fuck is in the world and who you should protect your energy from. I think it's beneficial because I can spot a person like that a mile away. It's hour conversation, 30-minute conversation. Okay, bet. So you tell me you're this way. Now we're going to develop a friendship. And if I notice you're doing these things that you say you don't like, didn't you say you don't like that? Now if you're trying to, what is the word? Now, if you're trying to justify why, no, because you said so, how is it justified? Then I'm going to tell you why you're trying to justify it. Then, and it's not like I'm trying to debate with everybody, but like I said, my comprehension. So I ask a lot of questions because things, if it doesn't make sense or it doesn't add up, I'm going to keep asking you things until it makes sense in my brain. And 9 times out of 10, Brandon's right. Shit, 100% I'm right. Let's say that, but I don't want to be cocky. Like, but yeah, 9 times out of 10, I'm right. Just my intuitive nature, Pisces game. But it's just, that's why it's my pet peeve. Nobody has the time or energy. Just be real, be genuine, be you. If you are away, okay, some people accept it, some people won't. If you like gossiping and talking about niggas and hanging out with women, and then be that person. But don't say, oh, I don't hang out with men because I'm telling you that. Don't try to cater to me because that's not who you are. Now you're trying to make yourself somebody you're not. But you hate when people be somebody they're not, right? Now you're being a hypocrite. Now you're being the exact opposite of what you want. Like, yo, we gotta do better in this day and age. And it's only getting worse with social media and all this self-criticism. And that's probably why a lot of people haven't self-reflected, because people are doing it for them. And they don't know how to handle it. And they've never done it for themselves. So now people on social media are telling you, and you don't know these people on social media, so you're tending to believe them. And it's like, no, just be yourself. Just understand what you need to focus on as your own self. You should, like, don't ever get, and that's just me, don't ever get advice from social media. Because people are only going to show you what you want to see on there. People are only going to critique things that they don't like. They're not going to critique things that they do like. Come on. So it's a lot, as I said, beneficial to understand these traits and characteristics in a hypocrite. Eliminate them from your space. Eliminate them from your aura, your space, your mental, everything. Refocus yourself. Get a better peace of mind. And go about your day. But that is one of my biggest pet peeves. I just had to let y'all know. Because shit is real out here. It's really real. And I'm tired of it. So I just want more people to be aware and self-reflect and take a step back And like I said for the last time, I'm not saying it's never happened to me, but people, because I tell them to call me out, the people who care, they do. And then I fix it. Or if it's something that I, didn't know, I fix it. That's the difference. You get mad when I do it, but you told me to do it, right? You're trying to be like me now, and you're not there. It's fine, but you're not there. Don't act like it. So that's all I have for today, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for being here. Like I said, we back on track. Charlie Bear, 33 weeks pregnant, almost 34. We almost out this, or she's almost out this bitch, out the oven. Yeah, so stay tuned for my next vlog or my next short. I'm not sure which one's, coming up next. And just thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for listening. Hopefully y'all take my words and hear them, and actually, if you have someone like that in your life, you actually take time to self-reflect and to deal with those, issues that they have. And some people are susceptible to, like I said, some people aren't. Some people are susceptible to self-criticism because nobody ever has told them, and that's fine. But if you have these people and you can help them, do it. If you can't, I would suggest you take a step back and really see what they mean to your life and how they're benefiting you. If they're not benefiting you, I don't think you need them. And that's just, again, my opinion. But as always, brush your teeth twice a day and floss twice a day or as needed. Not or, and as needed. Stay dangerous, stay blessed. Like, rate, subscribe, please. And if you want, comment down below a time where you helped a person, or if you have any experience dealing with hypocrites, on how you react. Just let me know. Any feedback is welcome. Like I said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Happy Sunday.
Hello, yeah. Is it mine? Yeah. She a little bust down freaking, I don't like it. I tell her pop that shit, drop that shit.